welcome. I'm going to do a driving video on my 2007 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. A lot of people call this a Cobra car when they see it. I think the Cobras are the 03, like this, the SVT 03 New Edge models. This is a GT500. You can call it a Cobra. It's got a snake on it, I guess. Now, here it is again. Old school muscle. Also my slingshot. Yeah. Anyway, first shout out to, I'm wearing Derek Bana Productions, DP Delta Bravo Papa Productions, DBP Squad they're called. They got some good gear. On this one I flexed and I think I broke the sleeves off. I'm kidding. On the back it has his he has a Mustang called Lucifer. That's really cool. It's got one of his cars on the back. Shout out to you. And my inspiration for this video, there's a guy, he's fairly new channel, 6 months old, or so channel. What is his name? Kev Lamons, K-E-V Lamons, and he had a Nissan Z, which I like those cars, I admit. But then he got a GT350, like an orange one. Yeah, I was looking at those, but right now I'm kind of priced out of the market. Those things keep going up and things like that. But I'm happy with this car. I like the instant torque it has. This has a I replaced, this is the stock pulley. It's a 3-inch supercharger pulley. I replaced it with a 2.5-inch pulley to give it more boost. It has your typical bolt-ons. And I recently did a intercooler. For those of you that have these and they call it heat soak. It just means it runs hot. And when you're getting on it, it actually pulls power. I was like, what's going on? So I put a low temp thermostat in it. And my engine threw a code. And the code basically, later, a couple months, it threw a code and it was for the intercooler water pump. So I replaced the relay and the pump. For those of you that don't know, on these 07 through 09s, I know I'm always getting technical, you only have to take out this grill. The grill pops out. You don't got to take the whole front bumper off. So that's kind of nice. And there's a guy on YouTube, I should give him a shout out. He did a video on that. It's still difficult job, though. The hoses are difficult. So anyway, this is my GT500. I like the old school. This is the 2009 through 2005 through 2009 body style. It's pretty retro. 2010 and 2012, they did a redesign. The 13 and 14 GT500s, they're highly sought after because they got the 5.8 liter and the Trinity. They got a bigger blower. They make 662 horsepower stock. This came with 500 horsepower stock, which back in 07, 500 horsepower was a lot. Now, I think I should be pushing about maybe 600 to the crank stock when I look at comparable modifications, which is fine with me. These blowers, they're little. They're 1.9 liter. Eating blowers, sorry. And I collect these Mustang Matchbox, well, Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. Yeah, I know. So anyway, I'm gonna mount this up inside. We're gonna go for a drive. If you're wondering, I don't have the stock mufflers. I have the stock exhaust all the way from the header. Anyway, I got an X pipe and I have Corsa Extreme axle backs. And they sound really nice. They're zero drone, but they're very pricey. I think the Corsa Extremes are good. They're loud, but they're not like too loud. So anyway, we're gonna hook this up inside the car, go for a drive. I apologize in advance, but where I live in California, there's not a lot of good roads. So I'll take it around one road and then we'll cruise up to Cars and Coffee and we'll talk about these old school GT500s. There's no screens. I keep meaning this Carroll Shelby official autograph there. No screens in this car. These gauges are Shelby gauge pots. See how they fill up the whole thing. Mine didn't come with it. They sold those with the KR model. and some other specialty Mustangs like Shelby GT. It was like an option. I love them gauges. They fill up the whole, they call it the eyebrow. I don't like the pillar gauge pods. Yeah, they're probably better, easier to see. But I just like how those look. I don't know how accurate they are. It reads 15 pounds of boost. I got a 2.5 inch supercharger, just to pull the upper pulley, the lower. Some people when people talk about upper lower pulleys, they're talking about there's a pulley you can put on your crank. That's like a $700-800 pulley, so I'm not ready for that yet. All right. Anyway, here's a shot. I got the aftermarket shift knob. That's the Shelby one. MGW short throw shifter. If you stuck with me, you're probably really bored, or you really like Mustang videos like I do. The weather's beautiful here, but it's very pricey. I'm not gonna get political, but for those of you that live here, you know why it's pricey. All right, here we go. I'm gonna start this up. You'll hear a cold start from the inside. Put the windows down. All right. Sounds good, huh? Sunday. Put up a little. It's gonna be 105 degrees here. I was in Texas recently visiting my mom and dad. Shout out to my parents, they're good people. They live in a little town called Nederland, Beaumont. It's kind of near the Gulf of America now. Very humid. It's like 80 degrees out there, and it feels worse than it does when it's 100 out of here. It's like, I got out of the car, my dad's car, my glasses fogged up. We were out picking up something from the pharmacy. I got out of the car, my glasses fogged up. It like takes your breath away out there. But gas is only $3 a gallon out there, you know, mid threes with this war going on. Right now there's a war going on with Iran. So anyway, gas out here, it hovers about $6 a gallon. If it's under $6, I'm actually saying, yay, it's under $6. And that sounds kind of crazy because they charge, I think, at least $2 a gallon tax on every gallon. So that's why, you know, most places, the average is $4. I'm always complaining about Cali, but look how beautiful it is. So shout out to Californians. You guys are good people. All right, here we go. It's got some nice pops and rattles. When it's cold out and you drop a gear, you just let your car coast. It's got the pops. A lot of people like the pops on the Corsa Extremes. They make a less aggressive one called the Corsa Sports, if those of you like that. Alright, here we go. I like this car. Granted, I never drove a GT350, but I had a Coyote Mustang, an S550 Coyote. It had all the bells and whistles, heated cold seats. It was the premium model. I got video, I think a few videos on that if you're curious. And the Coyote engine's a different beast. it had good torque and everything. Now, when you get to the GT350s, those are the flat plane crank. They don't have a lot of instant torque. You got to really wind them out. Radar. So you got to wind out those GT350s, and these are more instant. See, the Popo likes to get Sunday drivers on their way to church. So I'm a little leery on Sundays out here. Anyway, I like this. The red line on these is only 6,000 RPM in this model. The newer ones, S197 generation, I think they got it up to 6,800 RPM, close to 7,000 RPM. So a little bit better. I got a tune. I think I set this at 61 or 6,200 RPM red line, just in case to give me time to shift. But you know, honestly, once you hit 4,000, 4,500 RPM on these, you're kind of breaking the law. So on these, if you never drove one, that's what makes it different than a GT350. I like this. I just don't like how heavy the clutch is. For those of you that have these 07309s. Alright, so let's get a little supercharger whine back here, see what happens. I got the windows up so you can hear the whine. Gotta hit the brakes because a little bit more supercharger whine. Idea. I wasn't flooring it. I was kind of gone halfway to 3/4 throttle. In case you're curious, but everything on these is pretty instant. Even stock, like if you get a stock one, 500 horsepower, that's nothing to sneeze at. I think it has 400 and something feet-pound of torque stock, maybe 390 feet. Turn around here. I'll crack the windows a little bit for you kids. Alright, this is a nice development. They get a nice park here. It's very pretty, California. You pay a lot of taxes to live here. I'm complaining again. Give this guy a chance to get further up. I've got the window cracked for you this time. Here, we'll go ahead and keep everything cracked so you can hear the exhaust. I'll give it a little bit more throttle. Alright. So, what happened there? When I hit second gear, the tires just spun. So, yeah, a lot of people with the Dodge Hellcats complain about the tires spinning. Honestly, I think my tires are a little cold. I'm running Nittos. But, anyway, that's what I like about this, though. I don't have to wind it out. I just gotta hit the throttle. These have 331 gears. The King of the Road ones, I think they have 373 gears, super snakes. Personally, I think the perfect gear ratio is 355. I'm getting technical. 331 just means you can stay in the same gear longer, so I don't have to shift as soon. But you're not getting as much power in first gear as you would in first gear in the 333 gear. 333 you have to, but when I mean 373s. I had 373s on one of my Mustangs, 2012 Coyote, and I hardly used first gear because I always started out in second gear. Because first gear, as soon as I hit the gas, I had to shift it right away. You can maybe do up to 20, 30 miles an hour in first gear with 373s. But if you knew how to shift fast, those were good. But I like this. If you have a lot of people with supercharged cars, They like having the higher, is it lower or higher? 331 or 355 gears. Because you already got the power there, so it's kind of nice. Anyway, I'm babbling, get technical, but I love this car. It's very analog. The clutch is too heavy in these years. A lot of people replace these clutches. Yeah, the supercharger line slipped up a little bit because I lost traction. Because this is my daily driver. I know, I'm crazy. But if you take it easy on these, you can maybe get close to 20 on the highway. But my leg hurts because I sit in California traffic. And I get my slingshot, it's a 4-cylinder. Anyway, those of you that keep up with Mustangs, Ford and Shelby, Ford was licensed, using the Shelby name as a license. Back in this day, I think they let Carroll Shelby drive it and maybe have some input on it. That's what makes these kind of valuable with his autograph. And I think the 2013-14 was the last model year where he had some kind of input. And then Ford made the newer Mustang, which was more of a track focus, 760 horsepower, stock. Now they have the Dark Horse, and Shelby makes the Mustang again. A lot of people are complaining about Shelby, and the Shelby makes the GT500 now because it doesn't use the 5.2 liter Voodoo engine or the 5.2 liter engine at all. They take a Coyote engine, the new Coyote, they slap a Whipple on it, and a lot of people say, well, I don't have to spend 6 figures to do that. I can buy a stock GT and slap a Whipple on it myself. So, but those are, I think the beauty in the new Shelbys is the interiors they do and the handling package stuff. But yeah, that Voodoo engine is special, and so is the Predator engine. And this engine's special. It's a 5.4 liter, 4 cam, 32 valve, 8 cylinder. The same engine they put in the 04 through 05 Ford GTs, except this one has an iron block, 07 through 09. And I think the Ford GT had maybe a little bit different internals and maybe a better blower, because the Ford GT made more horsepower, not by a whole lot, but more stock. And then in 2010 through 2012, they made this engine, but they put an aluminum block in it, and they put a cold intake in the tune, and it was pushing 50 more horsepower just off of intake and tune, right? The reason why they go for aluminum block is because it doesn't weigh as much. I think it weighs like 100 pounds less or so. This is very front end heavy, so when I turn this, I can feel the front end. It has, the guy before me put some nice suspension bits on it. You notice when I floored it, I didn't go sideways, I didn't Mustang all over the place. There's a set of beefed up rear lower control arms, and that kind of helps. This doesn't get any wheel hop either, which is nice. Now I'm more on the residential, so I can't really do a whole lot. You can see, like, I'm in second gear, and if I just, see, I just lost traction in second. Now this is a 6-speed, so you can be cruising at 60, 65, 70 and turning less than 2,000 RPMs. So if you want to, you can try to get good mileage. And Jay Leno used to always say, it's nice to have a big V8 where the engine's not struggling than to have one of these turbocharged engines, 4 and 6 cylinders, where the engine's kind of struggling to get the same power. This engine doesn't struggle if I'm just cruising. I got like 44,000 miles on this, if you're wondering. I see people on Facebook forums get 200,000 on these. So it's like anything, change the oil, change the fluids, take care of your cars, don't beat the crap out of it. I know I'm one to talk, but honestly, I beat it up a little bit just for you guys. Now, transmissions. The Tremec TR6060 is not a perfect transmission. A lot of people give this transmission way too much credit. It does feel great. It's strong. It's got big looking gears when I take off the differential cover. Big gears. But Ford put automatic transmission fluid even in their manuals. And I did some reading on it, and it's just cheaper. That's why they did it. So I kept getting a grind in third gear. Like, it would grind and things like that. And I switched to a thicker fluid, a manual fluid. Darn, I can't think of the name now, but I bought a manual transmission fluid instead of an automatic fluid. And it's a thicker fluid. I'll put it down in the comments when I remember what it's called. There's a name for it. But as soon as I change that fluid out, no more third gear grind. So for those of you, before you take your car to a shop, because it might have a bad synchro. If you don't know what a synchro is, I won't bore you with that. These are known for maybe the synchro went bad, but it's a lot of money because they have to take apart the whole transmission just to replace that. And it's, you're talking a lot of money. So thicker fluid, get manual transmission fluid, because this is a manual car. That's my recommendation. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's not called manual transmission fluid, it's called something else. Anyway, if you're looking at these and you think there's gear grind, they call it the famous third gear grind in these. And yeah. Anyway, this car's great. I got no complaints. If you want the technology, I just installed an aftermarket head unit. This has a Shaker 1000 system, 1000 watts, big subwoofer in the back. You don't need more than that. So I kept everything stock. I just switched out the head unit with Apple CarPlay, so it's modern. I got a backup camera. It's a little more empty here because everyone's at this other meet. I really want to get in the thick of things here. Dual disc ceramic coating something on it. Yeah. Alright, I'm here. I'm gonna get a little bit of footage from this car meet. It's a small one. The first weekend of each month in this area, they have big car shows that everyone goes to, but they're kind of far away. Alright, shut this shit down. Nice interior here. On these, the tungsten gray with the red looking interior, it's they only made 56 and 07, so if you're looking at numbers, I'm sure they made more after it. This is the Shaker subwoofer. This is my window thing. I think these are 10-inch subs. They got a couple amplifiers behind there. Sounds good. I'm gonna pop the hood. I know, I go to a car show and it's all about my car. My sister's right. She used to say that. Everyone's all about their cars. Alright. There's the 2.5-inch pulley, cold air intake, PMAS, aftermarket throttle body, VMP, ported intake elbow, cosmetics. These are gray for those of you to know. You can buy them aftermarket painted like this. Everything's easy to get to. Oil catch can. Corsa Extreme stock wheels. Corsa Extreme. Alright, let me get some of these other cars. Can't go wrong with a Corvette. LS3. Can't go wrong with this either. I like when people look at my Shelby. Alright. It's kind of a hard shifter. It's you know, it takes a lot of effort. So it's kind of a pain in traffic. But
when it's under load, it's just.
But it's good. It's got the Tremec, which is supposed to be the best as far as like as far as being like a strong transmission, I guess. Yeah.
You may have to test that.
I tested it. This is one where you can go to jail too easy. I like it though. You don't see a lot of these on the road.
No, I haven't seen this particular one.
You know the new ones, they only made they made them in automatic.
Oh, with that gate, with the fucking turn dial.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah, it's built more for, I guess it's more track focused. But I mean,
still, they could have did something better than the knob.
Yeah, I like shifting.
Yeah, the knob is terrible.
Yeah.
The knob.
Yeah, that knob's kind of, it's a little janky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have a YouTube channel. If you want to see more of the car, I'll give you my YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
I got a slingshot too. I got some content on that.
Yeah, type it in.
Yeah, it's easier that way. There it is. Hey,
cool.
I'll be putting this video up tonight probably.
The one with
yeah, but this is it's kind of janky, but I got
and I have mine too in my pocket. All right, brother.
All right, buddy. Thanks. All right. I'm going home. It was a good car show. Well, kind of small. The big one is just too far. I'm gonna start this up. Because they got music going on here, and damn, that's loud. That poor old man's like, what the hell? There's an old man in a wheelchair, and they're basing out his heart. He's probably got a pacemaker. That's the only thing, you kids with your sound systems at Cars and Coffee, I don't know. There's gotta be different meat for that kind of shit. I don't know. It's just annoying when you just keep it going all the time. I know, maybe I'm getting old. I'm at a certain age now. You damn whippersnappers with your sound systems. But yeah, see, that guy said he doesn't see these, so that's kind of nice. If you get 07 through 09, you'll get the exclusive, some exclusivity. Everybody's got to have new. I just got tired of car payments personally. Alright, kids. We're leaving the car show. I'll do a couple more pulls. This is very analog. It's got a hydraulic steering. For those of you
Bend.
blower has fluid, supercharger fluid. You got to change that out. Even though the manual's like, oh no, it's a closed system. You don't have to change it at all. Yeah, you do. Get some more life out of your blower that way. And these engines have a weakness. The rods, they're called connecting rods. That's the weak point on these. So when people start pushing close to the 800 horses, when they do blower swaps, they start bending rods. It's a safe setup. Stock blower, 600 horsepower range. You're not gonna, knock on wood, you're not gonna blow your end. You're not gonna bend any rods.
Powering down.
Okay, I'm gonna take the camera off and give you guys my final thoughts. All right, I guess I left it recording. Final thoughts on this. Whoa, excuse me with this camera. A 2007 GT500. Now, this is 07. They made this body style 07 through 09. I like the nostrils on the hood. I think it makes it look more like a snake, you know, the nice looking nostrils on the hood. The newer ones, they have like a straight across. It might be more efficient with that one. But you can still feel this is releasing a lot of engine heat. So it helps release engine heat. These are not real. These didn't come with hood pins. I think the KR or King of the Road ones have real hood pins. I added this, you know, Eleanor louvers, and I added these things. Oh, where are you at, kid? There. I love the interior. You're getting a, here, you guys couldn't see the gauges, but I'll show you the gauges. I like the ducktail spoiler and stuff like that. Roof stripes, hood stripes coming back. These look nice from there. You press this setup button. Here it is, red, white, and blue. And you press reset to keep. Oh, reset changes it. Red, my color. Oh, I had it white, red, and blue, I think. Red, white, and blue. There you go. Red, white, and blue. Only these have that red, white, and blue color scheme. Little known fact. I got this, any head unit. This is an Alpine ILX 360. Has a backup camera. When you put it in reverse, that's all you really need. This, tire pressure gauge for your cigarette lighter. They sell these on Amazon. You put Bluetooth tire stems on your car. Autograph. I just like this. Snake here. All it has is cruise control on the wheel. I wish it had radio controls. I do miss that, but this is leather. Hey kids, I think I'm done with this video. Alright, so if you want a good bang for your buck, you can get these in good shape. You're looking in 30s, maybe 40s. Anyway, peace out. Thanks for watching. And I'll try to make more content. If you like this content, let me know. And I'll try to make more like this later.